Garu, shall we start session?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Ravikiran sir.
He has joined, I think. So. Ravikiran Garu, we cannot see you.
Some reason it was struck, so okay. Give me a minute, he says. So Madhumitha, shall we wait for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Ravi sir, it's having some connecting issue.
Okay, no problem.
So until he has joined, but some connecting issue. So let me. So welcome Madhumitha to PSSM UK platform, and thank you so much for your presence here. So masters, today we have Master Madhumitha from India. So let me share a short introduction about her. So she first did meditation in January 2017. So she started meditation because wanted to come out of depression and to be in happiness unconditionally. Got connected to PSSM in the end of year 2018. Then she truly understood about spiritual science. So Patri sir always says, spirituality is a science we have to understand, we have to experiment on. And when she truly understood about the spiritual science, she used to get experiences in meditation, got connected to astral masters, angels, gods and goddesses, and used to get wisdom about inner journey and self-development from them. So she got an astral master's messages, channeled messages, as soon as she started meditation. And then similarly, she received nearly 40 messages from Mother Earth through auto writing. So which will be published in book soon, master. So these 40 messages are going to come in book form, and all these messages are shared by Mother Earth, and about auto writing, and she is the best person, she is the best master to share what about auto writing is. So welcome Madhumitha, and please do share about your experiences and about a few sentences regarding auto writing.
Yeah, namaste everyone. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my experiences with all of you. And I would also like to thank Patriji and Mother Earth, and all the astral masters as well, because through the messages, through the dreams, I learned a lot, and by reading books, I learned a lot. So that is how my journey has been. And to share about auto writing, it is basically a way of channeling messages, but it's like when somebody gets auto writing, if they take a notebook and a pen, their hand starts writing automatically, but not out of their own will, and the words that flow are not their own words. It's a higher consciousness that is flowing through them. That's how it happens. For me, I always felt connected to Mother Earth, and in her presence I used to feel like all the problems which I think are problems are very small, and we are and our consciousness is very greater. It is expansive. That's how I used to felt. So the I asked her to give me her knowledge so that I could share with all of the human beings on planet Earth. So that's how I received 40 messages from her, and I used to get it in auto writing while I was typing. So that's how it happened. and it starts from fear to fearlessness, and it ends on the message called pyramids. And there are many other messages, and I am going to share a few of them in today's session. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Madhumitha. Thank you. So, are you going to guide us in meditation for a few minutes as you wish, or we can continue the session? Just
Okay,
we
let's start with 5 minutes of meditation.
meditation. So,
Yeah,
would you like
yeah,
to
yeah, I'll
uh,
guide
you'll guide in
without
silence,
music.
or you
In
want me to
silence.
share in silence? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
masters. Let's meditate with under Madhumitha's guidance in silence.
Yeah. I would request everybody to sit in the posture of meditation. Interlock your fingers, cross your legs, and close your eyes. Observe your natural and free flow of breath. The easy, natural, tranquil flow of breath that is flowing within you. All we have to do is to observe our breath. Let's be with ourselves in complete awareness. If there are any thoughts, please observe them in a witness state. And feel the flow of energy that is flowing in within you. All we have to do is to observe. Let's empty our minds and come into awareness and make ourselves ready for the beautiful flow of knowledge. Don't worry about your past or your future. Just be in this moment with your natural flow of breath. Last 1 minute. Let's slowly bring our awareness back to our physical body. Last 30 seconds. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now let's keep both of our palms on our eyes. And while looking at our palms, let's slowly open our eyes. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhumitha. Over to you, Ravkiran sir.
Thank you, Sharda garu. Thank you, Madhumitha, for a short and quick meditation. Yeah, I think Sharda garu already introduced, right? Sharda garu is done. Introduction part is done.
Yes, sir.
Introduction part is done. Yeah. So thank you, friends. Thank you for joining once again. So as Sharda garu introduced, with meditation there are boundless benefits, right? One can overcome depression, as Madhumitha ji came into meditation to overcome depression. Same with me. So, and we have heard about no death session last 3 days with 3 wonderful masters, and let us continue hearing from Master Madhumitha ji. And I know her as receiving the messages from Mother Earth and conveying it to the whole humanity, and different aspects of spirituality and how to be living in the peace. All those messages, wonderful messages, I have heard some, and we are so excited to have you here, Madhumita ji. Once again, we welcome you from all this UK group. Thank you, and over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. So to share about my experiences, I never knew that we have to learn about the knowledge of death. But when a point came in my life when I was very afraid that my I would not be able to be with my brother anymore because I was always been very attached to him. So at that point, I used to have a lot of I was not at my home, and I used to live near my college, and there was always fear regarding him in our family, and that fear just intensified. And because of that, my journey of knowing more about the knowledge of death started. And at that point, what happened was I always used to be in that panic. I used to get panic attacks. I used to be very, very afraid, so much so that I was never able to leave him. And I'm originally not like that. I'm a very I like to be independent in my own space, but my fears were so much that I couldn't do that. And it was said, I was in depression. That means that I always had a lot of fears and a lot of thoughts. So and that in that all those thoughts and fears that I internalized, it just got intensified. And then when I went to Mahathir Babaji's caves, and there I got connected to him, and I realized that he's my higher self. And the trip was also a very sudden trip, which I didn't plan. On the the trip was started in the night, and in the morning that I got to know that I'll be going there. So that's how the trip was. It's a very, surprise, and mysteriously it happened. Because I was called, I got the opportunity to go there. And there he shared with me that I have to become detached, and attachment is not love. It is not true love. And in true love, there is always infinite freedom and respect for others' choices. There, you're not dependent, you're very independent. And attachment is only the result of our fears, and that I have to come out of it. That was the message that I received from Babaji. And when I came back, I saw that through my eyes, somehow I was able to see that there is such, our connection became like a glue, sticky glue. That astral matter become dense. Astral matter is supposed to be very light, right? But I had so much of attachment towards him, and the attachment was due to the reason because I was very comfortable, happy, and I received a lot of love from him. So I became dependent because I didn't have, because of my own I had a lack of knowledge, and because I was not there was no enlightenment at that point. Even if you are with enlightened masters and you're not enlightened, you become dependent upon them. So that's how I also became. My brother, he is very happy, always in a bliss state. He's he you know he, To others he might seem like he's in pain because he's a special person. He has some challenges, but to others it will seem like he's in pain, but he's never in pain. He's always in the bliss state. And instead of realizing my own blissful nature, I became dependent upon him. That's how my attachment started. So I saw that now, okay, now it's the point that I have to come out of my attachment. So that's how my journey started. And my brother, he took me to the astral worlds when I was in meditation, and there I saw some, I saw what happens after death. And I saw that to leave the body, you have to our energy, is connected to all the cells, then all the cells in our body, then to planet earth, to the atmosphere, to the environment, to everything. Our energy is connected like a thread of energy. So that's how we are able to be here, and we are able to play our part in the pre-planned script that we have planned. So that's how it is there. So when you are vacating your body, you have to take away all those threads of energy. Then you are able to leave that body. So it is a very intense process and a major shift for any soul to leave their body. And to do that, you have the soul that is leaving their body, they have to meditate a lot if they already know that they are going to leave the body. And otherwise it happens all of a sudden. They don't realize if they are not in awareness from the start. And then he showed me that when all the angels and masters, they come to take the souls to the other worlds, and there they get rehabilitated. They are given time to meditate. Then they are shown everything about their life in a movie like manner. Then if their soul wants to take birth soon, then they are sent to discuss their the birth plan, and to connect with the guardian angels and the spirit guides. And it all happens like that. He showed me everything. And when he showed me that, it gave me a lot of freedom to come out of my attachments. Because a lot of illusion, they broke down. They went away automatically with the when you're introduced to the knowledge, when you're when you're told that this is what you believe is not the truth, there is something unknown that you have to get to know of. Then a lot of freedom came with it, because there was a lot of release. now I don't have to suffer anymore because of my assumptions, because of my lack of knowledge. So I was able to come out of the fear somewhat, but after that I got to attend enlightenment, noded sessions on beam. There, the book, noded book, that is a PSSM publication. There, a lot of excerpts from different books were shared, and Madhu Gajla ma'am used to come and read those. And for me and my mother, it was a really important point in our life because she had a similar fear like me. So we both used to listen to that and used to meditate more upon that knowledge. And what happened was, the more and more I got to know about this knowledge, the more I got to know about living our life. And that is what I wanted to share today. The more I got to know about the knowledge of death, the more I got to know how to live my life. That's the whole point of the knowledge of death. So through that, what happened, the next step that happened in my life was I got a dream. And by this point I was already receiving messages in auto writing from Mother Earth. And in the dream, what happened was, I saw my past life, and in that life I was in a lot of suffering. I was in survival mode. I was, moment to moment, I was trying to survive. Really, I was trying a lot to just live. And I saw that I was being shot by a gun. So then what once you're shot and in your dream, you're supposed to wake up, right? But that didn't happen. When I was shot, I saw that my soul left my body. And then I was in complete bliss. There was no regrets, no pain. I was just in bliss, in this nothingness. I was just floating away in nothingness, and I was feeling that I'm going back to the place where I came from, and now I can rest. The drama is over. Now I can rest. That's the feeling. That was that feeling. Now through the dream, I got to experience what death feels like. And now even more fears got released when I saw the dream. I felt very light, and a lot of doors opened in my life, because I came out of many fears because of the dream. And through that dream, I received this message from Mother Earth, and I would like to read it now. And it's called Aliveness, and it goes as follows. Aliveness is the experience of death. One can truly live only when they have the true knowledge of the experience of death. Death is just another segment of life. Death is not something our illusionary perceptions have made it to be. With the true knowledge of the experience of death, one sees themselves as a universal entity, as somebody beyond materialism and duality. One sees themselves as a universal entity, as somebody beyond materialism and duality. When this experience bestows upon us, we try to live as per our purpose and see life for what it is, instead of binding it to the perceptions of our mind. We are infinite beings. We are godly beings. When the knowledge of death opens us to our own creatorhood, we celebrate life with utmost gratitude. Death is regeneration. Death is the birth into another phase in the flow of life. Death and birth are equivalents. They are both equally blissful. Death and birth are a part of the same reality. Death brings in a lot of newness into a soul's life. Death is an experience in the soul's journey, which is filled with infinite joy, ease, rest, reassurance, and comfort. It is like going back to our mother's womb. When earthlings realize this universal truth, they will stop fretting and will start living in their true essence. This collective enlightenment is much needed to bring about mass spiritual advancement. All of us are beautiful, compassionate, and unique divine beings. All of us are to be appreciated and celebrated. We are light and love, we are whole and one. So that is the message I received after seeing the dream, and it really deepened my knowledge about death. And now I saw death in a different light. Till then I was like, I have to respect anybody's death, and I have to I have to respect their choice of leaving their body, and I have to I should not feel sad about it. Till there I stopped, but now I saw it in a very different light, as in I saw that death is also a very blissful experience, and it is it's just life, but in a it's just another phase of life. So that's how I saw. And through death we open new door in our journey. That's also that point of view also opened up. And like Mother Earth is saying here, the illusionary perceptions, because no matter how much we talk about death, until we experience it, we cannot know what death feels like. So the illusionary perceptions also went away. Now I saw it as a very blissful experience. A lot of fears, they just vanished. And now I was able to see both birth and death in the same manner, because through death we are just going we are just becoming formless and just going into the another part of the life. It's not the end. That much it became clear. But the after this, what happened was I got to do the enlightenment on no death sessions in Hindi here in the Faridabad platform. And by listening to 40 different masters messages, their knowledge, their wisdom on death, now much more deeper knowledge got opened up. I thought death is blissful, that much I know knowledge about death. But now through those sessions I realized there is more depth to this knowledge. There is more to know about the knowledge of death. And there is because the more we know that we are a consciousness, we are souls, the more expanded our consciousness becomes. And there is no limit to that infinite knowledge. It just flows and it expands more and more. It goes on expanding. So that's what it was like. And many masters shared their knowledge, as I said. And in one of the masters session, what happened was, that master asked us to sit in meditation and to see our own death. So when I sat, I saw many different possibilities. And after that I saw I saw a vision where my entire body was becoming light, and each cell was light, and it's just dispersing in the universe. That's how there is no leaving the body anymore. Even the body became light, and it just dispersed in the entire universe. That's how I saw. And I thought, is this possible? That's I is this a death like that is possible? And that's what I thought. And I saw my grandfather, who my grandfather is not in the physical form anymore. So I saw him in that meditation, and he told me that you have heard knowledge about death from many different masters. Now you have to become more and more aware. And by becoming more and more aware, now you have to apply it in your life practically. And now you are told through every master's message or wisdom that there is no death. Now you have to uh, through every master's message, it's like a reminder for you that there is no death. So now work more upon it by becoming more aware. And I saw another dream And in the dream, what I saw was there's a tsunami that is coming, and I was sleeping, and everybody was dying, but I was still deep asleep. I was not waking up. That's what I saw. And through the dream, I realized that there is when we are, the drowsiness that we feel in sleep. It is just a representation of our wounds that we are carrying. That's not real. It's not supposed to be there. We are supposed to be aware. And I started reading more and more about sleep. And then I read this knowledge on sleep from Master Osho, where he says that we can move into sleep with awareness. The body sleeps, but you are aware. That's what I read. And it opened another dimension that now even more I was feeling that no, we're not just this body, we are an expanded consciousness, and we should be able to be live in that consciousness every moment. That's what awareness is. And he says that to be able to do that, you have to be aware in each and every moment. In the present, you have to be in the present moment. Whatever you're doing, you have to do with awareness. That's what he said. And in some another book, he also said that when Buddha was there's a story about Buddha, and there he in that story what happens is Buddha, when he was talking to his disciple Ananda, Ananda was asking questions and Buddha was answering, and suddenly a mosquito comes and sits on his forehead, Buddha's forehead, and he raises his hand to just move that mosquito away from him. And then Buddha realizes that he did it in a very mechanical manner. He was not in awareness. So in sleep also, when something disturbs us, we don't even realize that we are moving our body, and we do it in unawareness. So in every action, we have to bring in that awareness. Then only, whatever we are talking about, uh, death, there is no death, or the enlightenment or no death, that is going to be possible when every moment is spent in awareness. That's what I realized in my journey. And to be able to realize this point, that we have to be in awareness every moment, this knowledge came to me when I realized that I have to accept every situation. Until and unless whenever I'm going to sit and complain about all the situations, and I will not be able to move into the I will not be able to move into the stage where I spent every moment in awareness. So for that to happen, I have to accept every situation. I should not complain, nor should I judge. When I will accept the way my life is, then there will be no wounds at all. Half of the process of that making that unconscious conscious is over. Now I just have to spend every moment in awareness. That's what I realized. So it is very important that we observe whatever is going on within us, and also spend every moment, everything that we are doing in mindfulness. And we just by discussing this knowledge or getting to know about this knowledge, it does not end, because there are no shortcuts in spirituality. So you have to make an effort to meditate more, to be mindful, and to be in that awareness, and to self observe as well. That is that is why I said that to know about the when you're knowing about the knowledge of death, you're knowing more about the knowledge of life, how to live. That's what happened with me. So that is what my journey has been like. And after Shada ma'am called and asked to can you come in this session, then the next day what happened was I got a dream. and I saw that a lady was dying, and she had a lot of regrets and a lot of guilt of what she had done to her body, and because of that guilt and regret, she had cancer. That's how she was, dying, and she couldn't accept herself at all in her whole life. And I was there the whole time, in the room in which in the hospital room in which she was admitted. And then when she died, she was kept in this box, and somehow all the remnants of her body, the blood and everything, it was there in that box. And the everybody else is saying that you have to clean this. And now I felt this deep fear. How can I clean this? I cannot do this. That's what I was feeling. And then through that fear, I realized, okay, I'm in dream. Then I'm in this dream. Then I heard Mother Earth's voice, and she's saying, before going to the session, you have to release this fear of yours. I woke up like, what is happening? Yesterday, I said, okay, I will share whatever Mother Earth has said. And I was thinking, what more? Because I have already shared this message, Aliveness message, on the PSSM UK platform. And like Patriji says, he says that every time you should not do the same thing. You have to do it in a new, creative manner. I was thinking, what more can I know about this subject that I can come and share here? So then I saw that this fear. And then I thought, what else I should learn about this? Then I understood that all the fears that we have are related to fear of death, because the fear of death is so intense that it creates a lot of illusions within us. So I was reading another in an excerpt from Master Osho's book, and there he says that um, uh, people have many different kinds of fears, and every fear is related to the fear of death. If you have the fear of poverty, then what you are doing is you want to build big houses to feel strong against the fear of death. And if you are having the fear of failure, then you want to have success, and you want to feel strong against the fear of death. So that's what he shared. Then I realized that all our fears are just connected to the fear of death. And to be able to release that, we have to accept every situation. We have to live every moment enjoying in awareness. That's how we will be able to release that fear that is there within us. So I also wanted to read another message from Mother Earth, and it's called Fear to Fearlessness. And it is basically about the fear that we have. And if you have observed, the fear is just all about survival, how we will survive. Until you are there in the surviving mode, you will never be able to come into the path of purpose, because you're always running and trying to live every moment. And in that mode, you cannot go into inner peace and uh, working on on the path of purpose, doing what we are supposed to do, or being in bliss. That is not going to happen. First, you have to face this fear of death, and that factor that is there. We are trying to survive each moment. So yes, I would like to read this message. So it goes as follows. This is the first message that I received from Mother Earth. Fear is a survival instinct which exists in almost all of the creatures. Basically, why do creatures face the feeling of fear? It is because they feel threatened for their existence. But the element of fear could be removed from the face of the planet if we collectively work on it. The feeling of being threatened is not a natural one, and it is something to be worked upon. In the case of humans, fear has become the core source of every action they do. They wake up because of fear. They work because of fear. They eat because of fear. They speak because of fear. They make relationships because of fear. For the wild creatures, they're able to curb these emotions because of their trust towards nature. But for humans, trust is a distant aspect. They would have to come out of their ego in order to trust the nature. As soon as they come out of their ego, they would be able to come out of their fear. Fear can only be released when we realize we are not small material forces, whereas we are infinite soul forces. The humans always see themselves very materialistically, as if they're their house, they're their jobs, they're their relations. But we are much more than that. Just like how the river has various tributaries, these things are just a part of us. The humans feel as if they need to be saved. They are always wanting to be saved. But my dear children, there is no such thing as saving. There is only thriving in the divinity. When we deeply observe the feeling of fear, we will be able to see that it is very paralyzing, and it spreads itself all throughout us and ultimately makes us feel as if we cannot move. Fear has a similar effect on the body as well. It crumbles the immune system and makes the bodily mechanisms unable to function. Almost all diseases stem from fear. The feeling of fear destroys our body at cellular levels. The dense vibration of fear creates such heaviness in the cells that the life forces within the cells deplete. Ultimately, they stop functioning and become dead. The transformation from fear to fearlessness is a one mighty journey. Let's take a small glimpse into the life of an ant, and to understand into the life of an ant to understand this aspect. An ant, together with all of its colony, wanted to collect food grains, but as it had rained recently, there were big puddles of water which it had to cross. For some creatures who are giants like humans, elephants, lions, etc., this is not a big problem. But for the ants, it is a matter of life and death. If the ant didn't leave in the search of its food, it might die of hunger. If it leaves, it might get drowned in huge puddles of water, and there are other chance factors where it might get into unexpected incidents with the other elements of the world. For an ant, this world is an enormous place which consists of gigantic creatures, and the simple task of fetching food requires Herculean strength for it. But the ant wouldn't quit because of its fear. All these creatures, like an ant, bee, moths, butterflies, as well as the wild creatures, have this divine quality of trusting the nature. The wild creatures just surrender themselves to the flow of nature. They have no ego. They trust that nature has their back and it will take care of their life and also their nourishment. The ant believes that it has to make the effort on its part and nature will take care of the rest. With this belief, it starts its quest for food and ultimately it observes all throughout its journey that all the obstacles were being removed by nature itself. Sometimes a leaf or a branch would fall over the puddles of water, helping it to cross the path. Sometimes it would find other small rocks to climb up the big rock. At other times, it would see the plants were helping it to cross the areas with wet mud. The ant ultimately feels grateful, seeing that the whole of its path was already laid out by nature before it even started the journey. By trusting nature, by trusting itself, by trusting its life, the ant makes the journey from fear to fearlessness. Realizing our true essence has always been our ultimate destiny. Realizing our true essence has always been our ultimate destiny. After realizing our true essence, we need to live our whole life while being in the true essence. But what is our real essence? It is to understand we are gods, we are masters, we are the power, we are the creator, we are the very essential core of the universe. Every life is a world of its own, a very universe of its own. Learn to respect the complexities and subtleties of the divine life forces that are around you. Then only we can truly understand how divine we are. True understanding of nature can only be possible through various spiritual endeavors. Only with the absolute understanding of nature, we would be able to maneuver our life to its truest purpose. Do not approach your life with your mind, but try to understand it through your senses and feelings. Then only you will be able to understand the consciousness of the Creator, through which you will be able to understand yourself deeply and ultimately lead this life in the highest possible manner. At the end, in this journey of understanding everything that is there, you will understand that you are the creator. The effect of your thoughts, feelings, vibrations is much greater than you can ever comprehend. Always remember that this entire infinite creation needs you. Your presence is magnificent. You're a god. You have a destiny divine and a unique role in this universe that you need to fulfill. This divine role which you have is chosen by you only. This role of yours beautifully fits itself into the perfectly assembled mechanism of the universe. Your role is like a puzzle piece that fits itself naturally into the device structure of the universe. You're absolutely important. I will always convey this message, but you're the one who needs to feel the depth of this fact. So, that is the message on fears. So, we have to basically work on the fear of death, then all our fears, it will automatically go away. We have to spend our life every moment in awareness, and for that to happen, we have to accept every situation of our life. And there is a message on acceptance as well, wherein Mother Earth says that taking in experiences is a marvelous quality. Taking in experiences is enlightening. Evolution is taking in experiences for what they are. We are fighting with life, we are struggling with experiences. Let's make peace with our experiences. Let's trust. When a baby is about to take birth, it knows nothing. It just trusts its mother to take care of them. Let's be patient. In patience, we will find the solace we have been looking for. When a seed is in the process of breaking its hard shell, it just enjoys the pain which comes with the shift, as it knows it is a new enlightening experience for itself. This process is what is going to teach it about itself. How would a caterpillar know it's a butterfly without having experienced the process? The truth is, we are both the result of our evolution and also the process of the evolution. Life and its ways are like that. When you accept, it flows. So, that is what Mother Earth has shared. Yes, so and also life and birth and death, they are just um, two phases of life. They're like the tide and ebb of the tide and ebb of the waves. It just like the waves come and goes back, that's how the nature is like, that's how life is like. So these are all the things that I wanted to share, that I have realized in my journey. Yes, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Madhumitha Master. So the title of this today's session is Aliveness, right? So if somebody wants to feel and know how to experience aliveness is listening to her, seeing her presence. I could really feel that such a pure, soul and such a pure innocence. You are like your wisdom is flowing through you like that. So you spoke a lot about awareness. And in this session, if somebody is not having the awareness, you would have missed a lot of things. So I would suggest you go and listen to this session once again. There is this quotation I always refer from Osho. The one who lives with awareness, he lives even after he dies. The one who does not have the awareness, he dies every day. Right? So you have kind of, uh, you know, mentioned this word awareness so many times in this session. And the first quote itself, the more I learn about the death, I started learning more about how to live. So I'm living in the moment. So amazing session. And there used to be, when I was doing coaching during my education, during my engineering, there used to be a physical professor. So he used to he was like an excellent professor, and he used to teach. And even for a split second, if you are turning your head, that's it, entire session, you won't be able to understand. So you have to have that much of awareness. So this session was like that. You need to have a lot of awareness. So I would suggest again I'm telling, so we must listen to this session once again on the YouTube. Good that we are doing this live streaming. Amazing wisdom flowing through you. Amazing. And um, uh, I wonderstruck the amount of wisdom that you are getting through your dreams. So you are getting the complete stories and dreams, wisdom, right? So it's amazing. So thank you. I'm so blessed to witness this session today. Thank you so much. And yeah, Sharda Garu and Sri Lakshmi Garu, if you want to share anything, please. Right.
Yeah. Really, I am also the same feeling as Ravikiran sir has shared, Master Madhumitha. So the topic, the title is aliveness. So as soon as you started the session, I felt that aliveness through wisdom, the same feeling. And wow, what an experiences. So I felt like you are in continuous learning process. So not even a single halt. So like in a continuous, so in dreams, through messages, and in also being in awareness in real life situations. So this is how we learn. And like when we know the truth, we can overcome the fear. That is what I got a single line. I could grasp a single line from you, as Ravikiran sir has shared. I initially, in the middle itself, I thought I want to go through this session again and again and again, because Mother Earth's messages, it's very depth that we have to understand. We have to connect with that energy first, and we have to understand each and every word. It's so depth, and wonderfully it has flowed the wisdom. And I thought of only one message from Mother Earth about aliveness, but it's a great opportunity and really blessed to listen to get three and multiple messages from Mother Earth through you today. And also through awareness, how we can I thought like through awareness, we can experience aliveness. So being aware, we can experience, we can enjoy each and every moment, and how we have to accept each and that acceptance in each and every situation at last leads to acceptance of death. So wonderful, and no words to express my gratitude to you and to Mother Earth. Thank you so much, Master Madhumitha. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sharda Garu. Yeah, so I'm sure everybody must be feeling, and everybody wants to share their, gratitude. I think Sri Lakshmi Garu, yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Madhu. That's really wonderful session. So I got connected to Madhu, I think last year, and I heard her Mother Earth message about motherhood. So when I heard her sharing about Mother Earth message about motherhood, literally, whole body, I was getting goosebumps. And immediately I felt this wisdom should flow in UK platform. That's where we connected during Navaratri sessions, and 9 days Mother Earth message wisdom flowed during those days. And you said about the fear of attachment. So more than fear of death, many people face this fear of attachments. Because of the attachment, we are creating a lot of suffering. Attachment towards our children, jobs. Um, so it's very beautiful session. It's like, as they said, we have to listen with full of awareness. And you shared about acceptance. So yes, we should accept our life. We should accept the life as it is, or else we create the hell, we create the suffering. And thank you so much, Madhu. Truly grateful to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Friends, yeah, now platform is open for sharing your gratitude or to ask any questions. Please go ahead if anybody wants to. I can see the influx of gratitude messages on this here. Yeah, thank you. And yes, you are sharing with such an energy. It is 3:30 now there in India. So she's, for those who do not know, she's logging in from India and she's, sharing her wisdom. It's early morning, 2:30 a.m. Now it is 3:30. Amazing. Thank you. And you mentioned about your family challenges, and that's what, because of that, and the one thing that you shared is your brother is always in bliss. It was you who were like suffering. And I mean, I somewhere some master said that, anybody who is having any kind of challenges, right, that challenges is not for them, it is for the family. So family family members have to learn because of that person. And that person is like, if somebody is going through some health issues or anything, everybody is taking care of that person, right? So whole family is taking care of that person. He is having all the, like a king, he is enjoying all the facilities, and the whole family has to serve. So the learning is for the family, not for that. So think
Yes.
that, if somebody is in the family is not having challenges, don't think that, oh, what is it, why is he took that life, and what mistake he must have done in the past. Like, no, he has come to enjoy the life. He is always in the bliss, whoever it is, right? So only the family members have to learn. That we must need to understand. And thank you for sharing your personal things on this platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Exactly, it is like that only. He is always in bliss, and uh, until I knew about that everybody plans their own life, I used to feel very guilty about his condition. I don't know why, and now that I know, it's like a huge humor point in our family. We all laugh about it. So that's how it has become. And he's in such a blissful state that he's just there, and in silence only we realize a lot of things around him. There is no need for words. In silence we realize a lot of things.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you. So I can see so many people are like, they're like, she's very young, but the knowledge she has, like, she, and so grateful. Uh, so that's the message I felt. Yes, Kavita ji. Yeah.
Hello, masters. Hello, Madhumita. I thought like, okay, she is like quite young. Maybe, okay, we listen like, what she's saying, but it's quite amazing and very nice. And can you just enlighten about this auto writing? Because every day when I listen, now it's like kind of like an adventure book. Every day you talk about like, what is that, astral travel and all those things. These are all like quite higher for me. Like I don't have much knowledge. So I try to like, find out what they are. Can I know something like, if you have time, like what is this auto writing is, please?
Yeah, auto writing is a form of getting wisdom from higher consciousness. But it's like, I am there, I am writing, but it's not my will, or not, it's not my words. It is the higher consciousness, or the consciousness of the higher entity that is flowing through you. So a lot of masters have received wisdom in that manner, and a lot of higher consciousness has wisdom has flowed on earth through that way of channeling. So that is what it is like. It's like a flow of energy, but it turns into words and sentences, and you don't even know what is the next word that is going to come.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah,
Oh, nice. Yeah. Thank you for the explanation.
Yes,
thank you.
Kavita ji. And I'm so amazed with your interest, and Kavita ji, you are like following every session so closely, and good that your feedback and everything, and so many other people also sharing their wonderful feedback to the speakers and to the organizers, and that many people working, Sharada ji, Sri Lakshmi ji, in the in the back end. So those who have come to the meditation recently, so all this don't get lost into all these words and everything. Just follow the wisdom and then see what is beneficial for you at this point of time, and take the essence of the wisdom. Okay, and then let us try to implement, and yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, sure.
I can see some other messages. If yeah, how to stay alive with senses, master. That's a question, Vijay Kumar Subramanian. Yeah, how to stay live with senses.
Okay, so what I realized is in one message of Mother Earth, she says that when you're in your five senses, you'll able to understand the five elements, and you will be able to live like a plant. You know how a plant lives connected with five elements. Then you don't need food. Or that food that you cook, then you can just survive with the five elements. That's how profound living with the senses is. But in my journey, I always used to try and fail and try and fail. That's how it's like. Then I realized that if I carry a lot of emotions within me, then I'll not be able to live in the senses. I have to self reflect as well, and to let go all that my ego or my stubbornness is holding. I have to let go of them. Then the more I will be able to live in the senses. And what I observed is the more you live in the senses, the more deeper your meditation is. So that's what my understanding is right now. It is a continuous process. You explore more and more with it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Master. Etra, please, yeah, let me, if you can unmute yourself. Yeah, see. Yeah.
Hello, good evening, Masters. Thank you so much, Madhumitha ji, for your knowledge sharing. I'm very
Thank
new to meditation. Thank you so much for a great information as well. The thing is, I just want to know, like, from what age have you started meditating, and how is it possible for you to get to reach to this level? Because I'm very, very new. Maybe recently I started meditating, but listening to your knowledge is, to be honest, I didn't understand much. But going deep down into it, it seems like there is a lot to know. So, how would you encourage us as a beginners to go ahead, please?
I started meditating when I was in 10th class. Like it was shared that I was in depression, and I was I was so depressed that I felt like I was drowning. And I felt there's our inner voice. My inner voice said, this is not how I visualize my life, and I want to come out of it. I want to be happy regardless of the situation. Then within a few days, somehow meditation came into my life, and I started meditating. But soon I forgot my purpose. Then slowly I realized, okay, there's much more to the benefits of much more than the benefits of the meditation. There is more to learn about yourself, and every day it just happened that I connected a lot and to the astral masters, and I read a lot in the books. I heard a lot of Patriji's wisdom, and I would say it's the group consciousness as well. It helped me to realize a lot of things, and through that I started observing and self-reflecting every day. Whatever I shared is just my reflections that I have every day. I try to understand more and more, and yes, that's how that's how my journey has been like. Yeah.
Okay. So do you do meditation every day still? For how long is it?
At first, I was not consistent because I was very young. I didn't realize the importance of meditation, but I try to meditate at least an hour a day. Yeah, it just varies.
All right. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, masters.
Netra ji, yeah. So we all have started in the same, we were at the same phase as you are now. So initially we wouldn't understand all these concepts and everything. But as you practice the meditation, all these things will be unfolded on their own, right? So let's say I have a book. When I came into the meditation, I started reading it. I wouldn't understand a single word. But after 5 years of meditation, I realized that so much of wisdom is there in that book, right? So it's when you do meditation, so your way of looking at the things will change, and your expression will change. And when there is a word called your third eye will open. Third eye is not. It doesn't mean that a literal eye, but it can be your, there will be so many things they will be opened up, and that you will try to understand everything. So for everything, the thing is, the most important thing is you practicing the meditation regularly. Okay. And Master Madhumitha ji, maybe she's younger in the age, but she's an old soul. Okay. So there are different soul ages, baby soul, infant soul, young soul, matured soul. So like that. So she's a matured soul. So, and maybe every one of us is a matured soul because we are on this platform, but it's just that we need to kind of meditate and get connected to ourselves. When before meditation we are not connected to ourselves, and once you practice meditation, you connect it to yourself, and you start to understand so many things. So as you are saying yourself that you are new to meditation, that's why you are unable to grasp the things, but whatever you could, and you try and rest, practice more and more meditation. Okay, hope that makes sense.
Yeah, thank you so much, master.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, Sharada, yeah, please go ahead.
So I have a question to Master Madhumitha. So we said that through acceptance, finally we can accept death. So what's the levels of acceptance? So what's the way we can accept the situations?
So I can just share what my experience was like. So just recently only I realized that I was complaining a lot, and I just want this situation to be over. I just want to come out of it. It shouldn't happen this way. That's what I was like. And when I was in such a state of when I was in such a state, every moment it was like suffering. The more and more I was complaining, the more and more it was the suffering was being created by myself only. So that's what I realized. Then from deep within me, I felt like, no, whatever it is what I have planned. I will just completely accept. And then when I tried to do that, I realized that my uh, in unacceptance was coming from the fear of survival. It was a deep fear of survival, that if this happened, then I will not be able to bear. If this happened, then what will I do? What will I tell to others? That's what my thoughts were like. And while trying to accept it, I realized this fear. And also in Mother Earth's messages, she gives us 3 points here. She says, let's trust, let's be patient, And let's she gives an example of the caterpillar. How can a caterpillar know it's a butterfly without having experienced the process? So whatever wisdom I have received from Mother Earth, I have always felt that she has deep trust towards the process and towards the plan, that everything will unfold in the highest possible manner and it will beautifully happen. It's just there to teach me something. The deep trust I have seen within her, and I realized that to trust, we need to just meditate more and more. That's how our trust will deepen. So when I was trying to accept my whatever was going on within my life, I just realized that whatever situation was there, it was just making me strong. It was building that integrity within my soul. That's what my soul was wishing for, that strength, that integrity, that feeling that strength within myself. So I just felt my inner voice, or the intuition just told me. So I understood that I have this is there for a reason. This is happening for a reason, to be able to trust more, to be able to feel the strength within me. So when I was just recollecting all the what I have learned, I also realized that in this message only she gives us 3 steps, to trust, to be patient, and to trust the journey. To just not see the result only, to the result of the evolution or the end result, we should not just be fixated on that. We should trust the journey of the evolution as well. So that's what some of my realizations are like. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And we are waiting for the book, messages from Mother Earth. 40 messages. Wow, the 40 messages. Really, eager to read the messages. I can feel the energies of the book. So masters, let us all wish her let us send her wishes and love for Mother Earth book. So soon it's going to publish. So all the best, Madhumitha. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, it's already so late for you, keeping that, the time in India in mind. So let us conclude the session, friends. So you can see how amazingly the sessions are happening every day, new learning, a different perspective, different insights, same topic, so many insights. So all the best for your book as well, Madhumitha ji, and we are looking forward for the book. And yeah, thank you. And let us meet again tomorrow at the same time, 9 p.m. Thank you, friends. Thank you, everyone.